Have you ever been rejected? Have you ever suffered from the pain of rejection? If no, this game is for you. You can get rejected up to 20 different ways, all of them more and more depressing than the last one. Confess My Love is a game about a boy named Willie who wants to confess his love to his crush, Lisa, but she keeps rejecting him over and over again. Will he ever find love he wants, or is he destined to be rejected his whole life? Confess My Love is a simple game where you go to Lisa to confess your love to her while discovering the environment little by little over time. As I said, there are up to 20 different endings, which each of them can take up to 5 minutes to complete. Personally, I think 5 minutes isn't a lot of time, but once you know the condition to get a certain ending is just to wait 5 minutes, it can get pretty boring easily. But I did like the concept of waiting because it is realistic. By that I mean that in real life you would get nervous and wouldn't go right to her to confess your love. All the endings were pretty sad, but some of them were really heartbreaking. I wasn't that much invested in him, and yet the game makes me feel so sad for him by the way he gets rejected. It felt a little too harsh in my opinion. I think Lisa could have handled maybe the situation a little bit better, but I understand that the author wanted to show a harsh rejection by the girl to further amplify the feeling of sadness and empathy toward the protagonist. There is also a true ending which, to be unlocked, needs to be done by completing the author 19 endings, which weren't that easy to complete. I had to use a guide for that, and I would recommend you the same if you get stuck. I don't think there's anything wrong by doing that, even the game description tells you to do it if you get stuck. I think they want you to enjoy the game to its fullest, instead of being caught up and frustrated of not going forward, that you don't even realize some simple mechanics that the game is showing you. It happened to me, okay? The game isn't as innocent as it seems, and it answers all the questions you had through your playthrough, and explains quite well the lore of the game. But sadly, nothing much is explained through the game because it's a boy trying to confess his love, but it does get more serious and darker as you go, and the ending explains this. Personally, I really enjoyed the game. It was quite easy and relaxing in some way to play the game, but there were 2 endings where you needed to do specific actions which could be almost impossible to do without a guide, so it was quite frustrating to get that ending because I kept messing it up and I had to do it again and again to get it right. But most of the endings were like that. You need to do something at a certain time to get the right ending. They were just much easier to do than this one ending. I think the game is definitely worth trying. It was really good, and as always, I'll see you next video.